Hello, welcome to next ale degustation. This time we have 4 vintage ciders from Weston. Is it this one? Yes. This one is from Lidl's Woodgate, but crafted by Westons. So from the same company, isn't it? Right. So I have my son with me, Machi.
Hello.
And this whole degustation is inspired by the fact that he tried some of them and liked them. So, which one you had already?
Which one did I have?
I think you had this one, isn't it? Signature or vintage? They look so similar, isn't it?
Oh no, actually.
I think it was this one, vintage.
Is that the 8.2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So this one is weakest, 6.8, and it is a signature vintage. This one is cloudy with 7.3. This one is also 7.3. 2020 West Country from Lidl's, and of course the strongest 8.2 vintage 2020, like this one. Okay, so I think we should start from the weakest. So let's open it.
Isn't there also a pair Henry Westons?
You know what? I didn't notice.
Because I think I've seen a pair one, but I might be making it up.
I don't know. Well, they produce a, quite wide range.
That's a terrible pull.
Thank you. Right, so here it is. What we can say about this.
So which one's this?
It's a reserve, signature medium dry vintage
finish.
Yeah. So this one is more sessionable than others. Very pale looking, like
apple juice.
Apple juice, yes, or pale straw color. Nice aroma. You have like apple juice, but with little bit of funkiness.
It's more vinegary, isn't it? That's probably because it's fermented apple.
Yeah, a little bit like apple vinegar, apple cider vinegar, a little bit. Tiny notes, but yeah. Okay. Little bit of farmhouse. No.
I don't think so. I think it just smells more like a just vinegary and just fermented apple. It's, do you know that that when apples lay on the ground too
spontaneous fermentation.
Yeah, it smells more like that.
Yeah.
So I guess why you think that smells like a farmhouse. I'm guessing that's the smell you're thinking of.
Yes, as well. Okay, let's have a try. Cheers. It's smooth.
It does say smooth finish.
It's quite delicate, but also crisp.
Yeah. The taste wise, it has a lingering aftertaste, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's different from the smell. It's more.
There's more harshness in it.
Yeah, it's harsh. It's a little bit bitter, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have a very windy weather today.
Yeah, so if you hear any noise,
yeah.
It's like, sorry about that.
Quite nice. The apple juice taste is reduced here. It's barely noticeable.
You can only smell the fragrance of the apple. When you taste it, smells. Actually,
You know what? You can taste skins.
It tastes like a warm apple.
Yeah.
Do you only have like a, I don't know.
I have a little bit of memory of apple wines, and if you had the dry one, it would taste a little bit like this. And of course, wine, well, can start from 7-8%, but can be much stronger. So yeah, it is, you know, I think on the edge of cider and wine. Quite dry, refreshing, easy drinking.
It's quite pale.
Yeah, it is quite pale, yes. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, this reminds me of like some like apple pie thing. The warm taste of an apple. Yeah, tastes like that.
Yeah, but definitely finishes bitter. And has a little bit of like, you know, spontaneous fermentation things. Yeah, it tastes quite natural, but it's quite dry. And you know what, I like it. So yeah, let's go to the
Cloudy Vintage 2020.
yeah, especially because it's a clear bottle.
It's a fruity character.
Yes, and you can see and a little bit of sediment on the bottom.
Then sure.
Well, I don't know if it will be seen in
the camera.
visible in a camera, but we can make it a little bit more visible this way. You can see descending clouds.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, you just made that really fizzy.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm worrying about. Okay, so definitely we've made this a little bit more cloudy.
Maybe you want to open that one last.
Oh, that's a good suggestion, you know. But you know what? Why we should spare our viewers some excitement here.
I'm just gonna ready to stick my finger down so it doesn't explode.
Right, okay, let's open it then. Ready? It's not so bad.
I am so disappointed. Well, that's interesting because it's not really.
What?
I thought it would be more like a.
I wasn't shaking. It just was natural descending, you know. So yeah, it looks much more cloudier.
Yeah, but it's as compared to the first one, you can see on the right hand side. This one I can't see through anymore.
Yes, and it has like a more orangey color.
Yeah, this reminds me more like a meady color, like mead. Or,
yeah.
Well, I'll say honey, but honey is pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like the way it looks like it's honey in a bottle, pretty much. So I would correct when I said mead, pretty much.
Yeah, I think if you would add a little bit of honey to the cider, it would look like this, because it would be definitely hazy. Oh, much more spontaneous fermentation, I would say.
Yeah. Now I can smell more like rural.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one smells more. I can smell more nature in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of like even wet straws, a little bit of funkiness, a little bit of wet saddle, but it's not.
Wow, so it sounds like we're in a Western here.
Yeah, but it's not overwhelming. It's just a suggestion. It's mostly like natural fermentation. You have different esters and
yes, and different processes.
Yeah, so yeah, different strings of natural yeast. And maybe a little bit of apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, I think it's just a product which you get from making cider.
Yeah, of course, yes. It's a byproduct.
Yeah, I think it's we didn't get all of it out, maybe.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Well, let's give it a try.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm. It's also very smooth.
Yeah.
Delicate.
It doesn't say full smooth, so that's interesting.
Yeah, but you know, full-bodied. It has a nice texture. And distinctive bitterness on the end. It's not as clear as in signature vintage, but it's there. You have a little bit of like apple skins, a little bit of bitterness, a little bit of apple seeds.
This reminds me a little bit more. No, do you know cooking apples? I think the green apples, the big ones.
Ah, yeah.
But about that kind of that harshness of them. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that.
Yeah, but overall it's quite soft, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I expected it. This is what? This is only 0.5% more, isn't it? And I can't really tell that much of a difference between these two yet, or at least in the percentage of alcohol.
Yeah.
I can taste a little.
Definitely, it is a difference in texture.
Yeah, and the aftertaste is much.
Yeah, softer. I think.
Yeah, it's softer, but it's more potent.
Hmm. Yeah, so quite interesting.
I like it.
Okay.
So far, I think the signature vintage is
Yeah. Okay.
more enjoyable.
So
for me.
now from Lidl's, but the same company produced a cider.
What are the prices of these? I know these are around what, £2?
Yeah, £2.
This
£2.
one-
In Tesco you can have a deal 3 for 5.
And you can also do that in Iceland, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we went.
But you can buy like this Lidl's one for £1.19, think,
Not bad.
and vintage it's £1.49. Is it?
No,
Or
so
£1.69?
it
Something
won't be-
like this.
I think that on the both around like around the Henry Weston's around £2, I think, or £1.85.
Yeah, but in Tesco this one is £2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it like £1.85 or something around that?
But this one in Lidl's is a little bit cheaper. But of course you have deals in Iceland.
Yeah, you get 3 for £5, which
Yeah.
I think is quite good. So
Okay, so let's see how the produced for Lidl vintage taste. You know what? More or less the same aroma as signature one.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As you can tell the difference, this one has the signature is more pale, it's more whitey, and this one reminded me more like white wine. A little bit.
Yeah.
And this one looks more cider. Ooh, sorry, what?
But you know the difference is not big one, just the tone.
Yeah, and it's more yellowy. That's about
Yeah.
it.
But the aroma is very similar.
Yeah.
You have the same funkiness, the same spontaneous fermentation.
But the thing is, the difference is the 0.5 alcohol, which so far, from at least from the smell, you can't really tell.
Yeah, so I would say the aroma is almost identical.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll agree with that.
Right. So let's
I'm just looking at the bottles.
let's have a taste.
Oh, this one's vegan.
Definitely much
Different.
softer.
Mm.
I would say it's like more watery.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that. It still has the harshness of the apple, like the apple skin, definitely there. I can taste that.
Yeah, it tastes like taste is a little bit diluted.
Mm.
It has the same characteristics, but a little bit less of
It reminds-
intensity.
The aftertaste reminds me of like apple. When you bite the apple and you finish it,
Yeah.
you have that aftertaste in your mouth,
Mhm.
but it's not as sweet.
Yeah.
It's like you bite into a bitter apple, like a green apple, and you have that taste of it. It's pleasant, but at the same
Mhm.
time,
Yeah.
it's a little bit harsh.
and also has this characteristic bitterness on the end.
Mm.
But so far it just tastes more or less like other ciders, but you can really say that it's less intensive, like diluted a little bit, but still it's quite nice. There's lots of apple juice in it, quite dry, very refreshing, and for this price I would say it's a really good cider.
Yeah, I mean, we're comparing it to the actual, obviously made by Westons, all of them.
Yeah.
But like the first one, the signature, and the, which was the little one?
Yeah.
The little one. Look-wise, a little bit different, but taste a little bit similar. Just the little one's a little bit watered down. I think that's that comes to the price.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, we're not gonna put as much effort in this one because it's cheaper than the.
Yeah, but they managed to have much more alcohol in it.
Yeah, which is quite interesting because it tastes pretty much the same as signature. What do you think? It could be just the way we did it.
Well, you know what? I was just thinking that they watered down a little bit of this vintage one. Because it's also 2020. It has more alcohol. So let's have let's have a check how it looks. Okay. Look, it's the same actually color
as the comparing it. This one's a little bit more amber, like a little bit more golden.
Oh, maybe a little bit golden. Yes. And much more intensive aroma.
Yeah, I think that's come because of more alcohol.
Yeah,
it allows it to.
Yeah, I would say that it's like some woodiness in it.
I think. Do you think that could be from the barrel?
Yeah, something like this. All of them are very similar in aroma, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the signature or Westons.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all meant to be apple ciders, right? Yeah. And this one's going to be fruity, a fruity character, which that made a good sound. But I wouldn't say that was really fruity. To what I expected, I expected a little bit of like a pear in there, something like that.
But obviously, it's a different texture. You know, it's cloudy.
Yeah, of course.
And those are filtered, so yeah.
Anyways,
quite nice. Cheers.
Much sweeter.
I would not say much, but you can really taste the difference.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more sweetness in it, but it's very similar. It's very similar to the signature.
I wouldn't say so. If I compare this one again,
let's see.
It's completely different. When you drink this one, you're a little bit more acidic, a little bit. That one's a bit more smoother. You have the more apple taste. This one tastes more vinegary.
Yeah, this one is a little bit more softer. But you know what? These are just nuances. You know, if you would taste those ciders in a space of time. You would struggle, to find those little differences in your memory.
Yeah. They all have similar characteristics. The only difference is the alcohol percentage. This one is 8.2, which we just recently tried. These two in the middle are 7.3, and this one's 6.8. And I gotta be honest, I can't really tell. I mean, I can tell the difference between this one and this one because that's
because it's the biggest.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Would you say that Little Ones is diluted version of vintage? This one, 2020?
See, let me try it again. See, I wouldn't say that because this one is different. As I said once before, it's quite acidic, and the initial taste is more harsh, and then it just fades. And with the 8.2, the initial taste which you have is, as you said before, the apple skins, but a little bit sweeter, and you can taste like the bitterness of the apples, but it gradually decreases. And it's like I said, I think before, with the apple pie, it's warm. It's a nice aroma to have in your mouth. I think because of the high alcohol percentage, it allows the apple flavours to kind of be in your mouth a bit longer, and it leaves a little bit of like a warm aftertaste, which is quite pleasant.
Yeah, I would say that the last one, vintage cider 2020, of course,
and it is
yes, it's very smooth, lots of flavour, and I just have a thought, you know, that Lidl's version is like rejected batches and watered down a little bit.
Yeah, it's
who knows, because definitely it's a slightly different taste, much less flavors in it. You can really taste the water straight away, even with such a high alcohol content. First impression is that it's watered down.
Yeah, it's not as intense flavour.
Yeah,
as compared to the other ones.
So which one is best for you?
Personally, I'll say for different occasions.
Right.
So the 8.2 I think is quite nice, and actually I would say the little one is quite good around this time. It's like, I don't know, let's say you come back from work, or I don't know, you're just sitting there, just relaxing with your friends and family around Christmas. It's nice to have it. One, because of the high alcohol percentage at 8.2, you won't be drinking lots of these.
Yeah,
I mean, you can, no one's stopping you. But it's like a nice, pleasant drink to have and enjoy. It's not compared to a Copperberg, which you're gonna drink more, because it's Copperberg's are what, 4.8, and it's
it depends which flavour.
Yeah, and it's pretty much juice added to it.
Yeah.
So it's easy to drink. Compared to the 8.2, pardon me, it's enjoyable. It's a drink which you have to enjoy.
Yeah, you can sit with next to fireplace and just chill out and
or just watch a movie with people, like your friends or family. Yeah. It's something to just have, or I'll say even maybe with a dinner.
Yes.
Yeah. And the little one, I'll say maybe does the same thing, because the watered down feeling and it's not as intense. I feel like you could probably not enjoy as much. I'm quite a slow drinker and a slow eater, so for me this would take ages to finish.
Yeah, but you have this advantage that it's much cheaper.
Yeah, this one, as you said, you got this one in
Lidl, so you have like 169, I think.
Yeah,
and this one 119.
And as you said, I think is you can pick up both of them and you can tell the difference, and you can try them out yourself. And I'll say these two are for different occasions. These are much lighter, and with the signature vintage, the smooth one, this is so much easier to drink. Being 6.8, yes, you can taste the alcohol, but it's not as potent. It's not as warm down your throat.
No, definitely, it's not like you're tasting alcohol in flavour. But there's even not so much warming sensation in your throat.
It's more like about this vinegary apple flavour.
Yes. Yeah. So
I would pick the 8.2.
Yeah, of course. But you know what? You should try all of them and pick which one you like best and for which occasion.
Yeah, everyone. I think there's quite a lot of people who like this one, the cloudy vintage.
Yeah, it's quite fruity and refreshing. Different texture. It's a little bit like more freshly made juice.
It's also, when you drink it, it feels a little bit thicker.
Yes, of course, because of the sediment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. But of course, if you don't like much sediment in it, you can just pick up the bottle from the shelf and just pour it out without sediment on the bottom. But I think you are missing the point in the cloudy one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. All of them are quite nice. I hope you enjoyed this episode. So please like it, please subscribe my channel, and when you've done it already, hit the notification button in the shape of the bell. It will remind you about every new video on the channel, so you'll be up to date, and because of this you will not miss any new degustations. Cheers.
Cheers.